Hey folks, it's Josh here back for another weekly business vlog. A little bit different this time. I am recording this on my Friday morning walk because usually every weekday morning, I should say, I start the day with some exercise, and usually my Friday morning exercise is like a 45 to 60-minute walk. And I figured, you know what? Why don't I try to record these on the walk, out in nature, clear head, all that fun stuff. So anyways, you may hear some random stuff in the background. You might not, because video editing software these days is quite good. So anyways, let me know what you think, if the outdoor version piques your interest. Anyways, I figured what I do is talk about some entrepreneur weekly exercise routines. I'm always interested in the social media posts that talk about routines, like morning routines, workout routines, diet routines, stuff like that. So I figured I'd quickly go through mine, not saying that it's perfect, but I think with routines, there is no perfect. And so the key is finding the one that works best for you. And so what's worked best for me, I've been in and out of different routines over different years. Some years I do more running, some years I do more weightlifting, some years I do more sports. And so it kind of depends on what year it is and what I'm enjoying. I find that part of the physical activity stuff is if you can try to do the stuff you enjoy the most, you'll be more likely to do it and stick to it. So what I've been doing for the last few months, I would say, is I make sure to exercise every day of the week, so every weekday. So Monday to Friday, I start my day every day with something physical. It could be as simple as like a 30, 40, 50-minute walk. But usually what the breakdown ends up being is 2 of those 5 days a week are lifting. So I'm going to the gym. We have a gym in our condo, which makes it very convenient. So I go to the gym for anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes, nothing crazy, anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes. And I do 4 sets of weightlifting for, usually I'll split it up into 2 days. So one day I'll do back, bi, and something like shoulders. And then the other day I'll do chest, tri, and legs. And I'll kind of split it up and I'll hit those different body types. And I find that's important because of all the research and science and blah, blah, blah about how important it is to grow your muscle, build your muscle. And I quite enjoy it. I don't know, it's not my favorite thing in the world, but I don't mind getting in the gym, throwing some weights around. It kind of feels good. You get the endorphins going or whatever the heck it's called. So anyways, that's usually twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week. I'll say 2 to 3 times a week. And then usually one morning is yoga. And I'll just do that again in my condo. I have a yoga mat. I used to be into yoga a lot more at a different phase, and I quite like it. But I used to go back in the day when things were a lot cheaper. And when I was in school in a university town that was much cheaper, I used to do hot yoga, and that was a really good workout. Anyways, now I'm rambling. So one day a week, I usually do 15, 20 minutes of yoga, and I just go through random flows. Sometimes I'll put on a YouTube video, and follow the instructions. Sometimes I'll just kind of do my own thing. And then usually about twice a week, 1 to 2 times a week, depending on how many times I go to the gym, I will go for a nice long walk. I usually like to save this for Friday. I'm about to walk up to a machine that's making a lot of noise. I'm going to have to, maybe I'll cross the street. It's going to be a little loud here for the next 1 minute, but I'm going to shift up a gear and try to power by this thing pretty fast. Anyways, usually once or twice a week, depending on how many weightlifting days I have, I will go for a nice long walk, ideally a minimum of like 40 minutes. So for example, today would probably be about 50 to 60 minutes. And I find walking is underrated. And I still think I should be doing more walking. Like I think every day, what I'd love to do is get a walk in at night as well. But for right now, usually twice a week in the morning, I'll go for like a 40 to 60 minute walk. And it's great. It's good exercise. First thing to do of the day, clears your head. a lot of time to think, and all that fun stuff. And good for the body just to get it moving as well. I just think it's really important. Number one, it's obviously important to do physical exercise. And for me, I've tried, again, you got to find out what works for you. But I find that I need to do it first thing in the morning. Because number one, I want to get it over with. And number two, I'm too tired at the end of the workday. I just find that after 5 p.m., the likelihood of me actually doing the workout gets cut in half because I'm so tired and lazy. I don't love the midday workout. Some people do. And if you're one of those people, then by all means. But I don't love the midday workout because I find I get too caught up in the morning and afternoon. And if I go to the gym and I'm thinking about the morning or the afternoon, the morning stuff I just did, or I'm thinking about the afternoon stuff I have to get to, it kind of disrupts my flow and mentality, and I don't enjoy it. I just find myself anxious and kind of rushing through it. So I have not enjoyed the midday workout. Some people love it. Like I said, if that's you, by all means. But I don't. So I prefer to do first thing in the morning. Reason why I like the first thing in the morning is you get a quick win and you feel physically good. So if I wake up and just go sit down at my desk, I don't feel great. But if I get up, go get a workout in, drink a coffee, I just feel physically good. You get a quick win under your belt. And it's just a great way to start the day. Usually what I then do is on the weekend, I do a run. Usually about 4 or 5K, nothing crazy, like half an hour. But I like to work in a run on the weekend. As you can tell, my schedule is kind of a mix. So I try to do a mix of stuff. Some walking, some running, some weightlifting, some yoga, and then some sports as well. Usually in the winters, I play basketball once a week in a men's league. In the summers, lately I've been playing softball. So that's the other nice thing is you mix in once a week some sports where you're doing, random stuff, jumping, running, throwing, catching, whatever it may be, shooting. And I just find it's a nice mix. And then from there, if I can, what I've been trying to do now is either work a short walk-in at lunch or take more phone calls on a walk. Because I think I'd like to work a little bit more walking into my day. The problem is, because I'm doing all of our demos and training for Visto, is I'm mostly glued to my computer because I need my computer screen to do those things. And so for calls that I'm having now that don't require that stuff, they're more networking calls, conversations, whatever. I'm taking them on a walk. And then as often as I can, after dinner, my wife and I try to go for a walk. Sometimes it's long, sometimes it's short, depending on how late we eat and how busy and tired we are. So anyways, walks are great. And that's it. So let me know what you think. Let me know how your routine, if any, compares. And like I said, there is no perfect routine. Don't just copy and paste mine because it might not be one that works for you. If you have any suggestions, thoughts, need any help, let me know. And in terms of reading, I am still probably a little over a third of the way through Awaken the Giant by Tony Robbins. It's a great book, a slightly slower read, or I'm reading it slower for reasons that I'll explain when I'm done. So anyways, I'll keep you posted there. So anyways, that is it for me. I will see you in the next episode. Let me know what you think of the new format. And have a good one, everybody. Take care.